more can I say?
Top Billin. Fly Eagles, fly 5-0. 5-0, and I still have to ask people if they're encouraged or discouraged by the performance against the Los Angeles Rams. Your boy here, man, listen, that's why you have to keep it locked to Top Billin. All these other cats out here, man, they're faking the funk, bro. They don't know football, right? We're an army of one out here at Top Billin, right? All of us together, man, we're putting our heads together and we're figuring this thing out. Your boy right here leading the charge, telling people certain things that come to fruition. Now, I like this game for the certain fact that I think we saw the philosophies come together. Now, think about some of the things that I've talked about here over the past couple of weeks. I talked about James Bradbury, right? I said this before it happened in the preseason, and you had a bunch of people like, oh, yeah, I like James Bradbury in the slot, Cletus. You like James Bradbury in the slot? How, Sway? He does not have a slot skill set. What did I say in that film study I did? Shuffle back to the sideline. That's James Bradbury. Help himself over the top, playing an off coverage, right? Whether it be off man or some type of zone bell. He is not a slot player. What did I say? Try some of the young guys out. Maybe it doesn't work out, but at least you know, instead of fawning over people who aren't on your roster at the time, right? So you got Mario Goodrich in the game, right? Didn't do that well. I'll be the first to admit right there, he didn't do that well. That is a terrible way to ask somebody how to play in a slot against a Los Angeles Rams team who is not unfamiliar to anyone out there. We know what they do. They're going to work in-breaking routes they're ad nauseum, right? They're going to continue those in-breaking routes because they're going to be running those option routes, right? Those choice routes there to where they're going to play your leverage. If you're naturally working with outside leverage, you're going to give up the inside all day. Having them man up in the slot, right? Even though they'll have a two-way go, or at the very least changing up your leverage for at least once just to see if you can make them do something else would have been the way to go, right? It appears they did that in the second half. I'll have to check that with the All-22. Now remember, this is just the after-game review. I jump around as just a few points right there. I just really want to get my point out verbally, but people won't let me talk, right, without getting mad. They'll see some other goofball clown talk for 287 minutes, don't do shit, right, but talk and don't even know what he's talking about, and they'll be cool with that. But I have to do film studies every time, right? Shit crazy. But listen, I ain't complaining, right? Make sure you keep it locked right here, right? Top Billin. But listen, also, what did I say? What happened to Coach Brian Johnson running his offense? I covered him at the University of Florida 2020, one of the best college offenses I've ever seen under Kyle Trask, Kyle Pitts, Freddie Swain, a whole bunch of other cats, Trayvon Grimes. And all. These guys had crazy inside play as far as the tight end goes. Boom. I did that right before the game. You see Dallas Goedert go off and have a good game. Very similar to how I used to see Kyle Pitts do it. You had the running back being targeted out of the backfield. That's DeAndre Swift's game. You don't want to sit there and hand him the ball 30 times a game. You want to hand him the ball 15 times, maybe hand him and throw him the ball like 10 times. He gets a ton of targets out of the backfield. Kenneth Gainwell too. You can see it starting to come together there, right? 14 points allowed. Now, it's a bend but don't break defense. People keep complaining about them playing off, but they don't want to give up the big play, all right? They'll get you to where you look good in the roaring 20s, right? In the roaring 20s, but you know what I'm saying, before you get to the red zone there, they'll let you have it. It tightens up in the red zone. So, right, you end up kicking a field goal or they end up messing you and taking you out of field goal range because they're going to get aggressive then there. But before that, they don't want you to get them over the top. Time of possession, that shit was crazy. I barely remember the Rams having the ball, man, because it seemed like Philly had the ball like 5 or 6 times total. But each time they had the shit like 18 plays, right? Crazy stuff. It's all coming together, man. I even like some of these concepts right here. On this joint right here, you're going to get them flooding the field. So you get Dallas Goedert right here. Looks like he's going to be on kind of a sell route here. You get Quez Watkins here, who I don't know, man. Something about Quez Watkins. I know he's a talented cat. I want to see more Olamide Zaccheaus, right? maybe that's the Jersey in me, right? So South Jersey stand up there. But Olamide Zaccheaus, I really like his game and what he brings there. Quez Watkins definitely a talent. You'll see him on an over route. You get behind him kind of with the vapor trail going on a dig, A.J. Brown. So flooding the field there, giving my man Jalen Hurts time to snap, right? 1, 2, 3, get to your tertiary. If not, dump down to Swift. It should happen real quick. It looked like they were doing a lot of that. The shit looked real good to me in the passing game. You see him here on the pull. 1, 2, 3. Now they're taking Jaka. Then allow that man time to protect himself as well. But you can see it right there starting to develop. I love these type of routes where you can actually see it take place right here. See if I can number that out right here. Of course, you would have your 1 coming with Goddard. Then your 2, then your 3 coming right here. Then of course, if you Swift right here, just on a dart, right, just on a leak out. So see it coming to fruition like that, allowing Jalen Hurts to see that on the pull, right? Especially when they're working with these zone concepts, right? You get a lot of eyes on the quarterback. Look at all the eyes on the quarterback there. Eyes on the quarterback. You see man on skill, right? Got the tight slot in man. Probably with a safety. You got your regular slot here, A.J. Brown, of course, probably matched up with one of their nickel backs there. And then you can see that man, right, take that shape. Look at the route there. Oh my goodness. Look at that early pandemic separation on a dig. Boom, there you go. Right, a lot of people want to see, or my man Trill Will had told me, he want to see more routes where it seems like everyone is wide open. That's not right. It's the NFL. You're not going to get that a lot there, but you should be able to get some. Now look at him going against Durant here. Press it upfield, keep it vertically until it's not. Then look at that soft stem right there, right? Stem that bad boy off there to the outside. Durant biting hard as hell. Look at that. Oh, I got him, coach. I got him, coach. Finally. You don't got him, coach. He was not going to the outside. You bit for no reason. Dr. Fauci would be extremely proud with this type of social distancing going on right here with A.J. Brown. And then you see right there, too easy for him. Come on, man. Now that's where you draw it up right there if you're Coach Brian Johnson. Similar deal right here. This one you're going to have max protect coming out of this pistol. You'll get Stoll here, right? He's creeping and helping to seal off the edge here with Dallas Goedert. So on that max protect right here, closing it off backside, you'll just have a 2-man route combination. You'll have your boy Thin Diesel right here, right? Thin Diesel, Devontae Smith on a deep curl. You'll get A.J. Brown once again on a dig, right? And he digs that bad boy way to the other side of the field. That joint is hard. And you get a peek and release here by Philly Flyer DeAndre Swift. Now with Swift here, what he's going to do is make sure there is nobody coming first, right? He's going to be having that inside-out protection, then he'll leak out and be kind of the third option as a dump down there. But essentially, this is just a 2-man route combination right here. And it looks like Jalen opens it up the wrong way here on that play action, right? But you can see here, great pass protection. You get that help by Stoll here. You got manned up Landon Dickinson, about 35 people on Aaron Donald right here, right? You got Lane Johnson doing his thing out there. You can see that. But look at the separation again, and look at the product placement. Yaka, come on, man. Let's see it from this direction right here. Once again, right, you get that outside leverage here. If you're working with outside leverage, you better be sure that somebody's not going to bang it to the inside. Now look at this, right? Is it a push off, right? Yeah, I have people. What did I tell people, right? They said that's so-and-so pushed off on Sidney Brown. I'm like, come on, man. I saw A.J. Brown push off about 3 or 4 times in the same game. You can't talk about that. That's the NFL. But look at it right here. A subtle push off there, right? Since Darian Kendrick flying all the way upfield, right? He was done. Absolutely cooked right there. Even Fauci was like, God dang, that may be a little bit too much separation. A little bit too much separation for Dr. Fauci, but he still approves it, so it's all good there. But look at that, crossing face, your man coming around. Easy, right? Getting them throws downfield that is not congested traffic or anything like that, being able to have that be the key. Let's get it. All right, there was a lot of strange stuff going on in this game. You saw Jalen looks like he opened up the wrong way on that play action pass. It worked out to perfection there. However, on this joint right here, if it would have kept going, listen, I think this is the Duke-O-Lax hit of the week too, and I hate for it to be against our own team here, but you see right here, bang, Swift was done. Absolutely cooked. We're going to run that again right there. It looks like Jalen's running a sweep here, bang, and you can see the cherries, lemons, and bananas all in my boy DeAndre Swift's eyes right there. He was cooked right there. He ran into the man of steel. But, man, what was going on right here, man? You had a lot of weird shit. You can almost sense the tension, right? There's a lot of tension. There's a lot of pressure on the Philadelphia Eagles, right? The all talk of the offseason there. You get, everyone knows, right, the best roster in one of them, right? I would say San Francisco. You have to give them credit as well. And a couple of other teams there, of course, Kansas City. But, man, a lot of pressure on there, and you can see a lot of shit starting to kind of bubble to the surface with people getting a little perturbed on the sideline and everything. Devontae Smith, the depression mode and all that. But right here, my boy swept off his feet and fertilized by his own quarterback, the man of steel. You running into the man of steel, man. You don't have to play for it. I don't give a damn if you're on his team, not on his team. It don't matter. Luckily, Philly Flyer was all right once they unrolled his eyes out the back of his head, right? Because he was on full tilt, slot machine. Let's go. All right, real quick before I get to a couple of things on defense here, I have to mention how the offensive line did its thing, right? The rushing was dope, of course, but man, being able to nullify Aaron Donald, right? They didn't blank Aaron Donald by any stretch of the imagination. They moved him all up and down the guitar string, having him face off on different people, but they had a great game plan to be able to dedicate extra attention to him, and everybody did their thing when they did get soloed off on him. So much love to the offensive line. That's with Suopeta in the game, right? Not even with Cam Jurgens. That's hard to have that type of depth, right? And man, no Steen or some of these people that you thought may bring up the rear there. A lot of talent among the places that you need to be talented at. That's why the Philadelphia Eagles are the Philadelphia Eagles. Both lines of scrimmage, offensive and defensive line, defensive front, you know what I'm saying, in general. All right, finally some defense, right? My man, South Jersey's own Camden stand up, right? Listen, Haason Reddick starting to heat up. And look, we talk about blue-collar sacks and white-collar sacks. Distinguishing between those blue-collar sacks guys who have to really work for it, right? They just keep the motor running and they end up getting a sack. White-collar sack, they'll get you on a normal pass set, right? 3, 5, 7-step drop, it don't matter. They're right there on you. Look at this one right here by your boy Haason. Fight the hands, arm under. Continuing to work, right? He won off the original pass set. So this is a white and a blue collar sack, right? What is white and blue mixed together? I don't even want to guess. If I'm wrong, you know, people gonna let me know about it. But listen, a white and blue collar sack at the same time right here. Going against the right tackle. Man, I love my favorite player, obviously South Jersey in the building, but I love his skill set. Look at this, right? He's first to the punch, right? First to the punch with the hands to just establish, you know what I'm saying, what's going to happen. He's dictating there. Continuing to run the arc on this one, kind of not necessarily a deep arc. He's kind of splitting the difference there because it's really friction on friction, but you can see, right, when that crossover step happens and then that arm under, look at my man. He's all out of sorts right there. He's done. Look at it. I told you. Heavy-legged waist bending now. He's cooked. Arm under. Now he's in FEMA mode. Havenstein. That boy cold too. So, right, you beating a really good player there. And then you push him off the spot. And of course, him and Sweat usually meeting. And of course, Milton Williams. Big shout outs to Milton Williams too, who had himself a really good game. People ain't gonna talk about that though. But like, boom, touched him right. He had the QB hit. Matthew Stafford trying to flush. Had an exit plan, but leaving with exit wounds. Elder abuse, bang! Fertilized him again, just like Jalen Carter did. Make sure you check out that reaction I had to the Jalen Carter sack too. It was during the game, so you may have missed it there, but you know what I'm saying, we had a little fun with that there. But Matthew Stafford fertilized again. But Haason Reddick, he wasn't done. I'm talking back to back. What's lost on this one is that they didn't show it, but my man extended his technique. He was a little bit, I think right here on range, and then they brought Williams out, Kyron Williams out here to chip on him, and he extending his range. So he's damn near, he's at the 9s. He may be a little further than the 9 technique, but check this out. Look at the get off there. Look how low he gets. I'm telling you, look at that. Come on, man. The bendability and dexterity of this cat is crazy. He's on all fours, crawling to the quarterback right there. Havenstein, once again, in FEMA mode. Can't do anything about it. Matthew Stafford goes down easier than a $2 hooker. Come on. Check it out from this side right here. I don't know what Kyron Williams was doing. He got slapped upside his dome right there, so he was asleep, right? He continuing to work past that. Oh, you got Warren McClendon in the game. Oh, that's right. Havenstein had got hurt, so Warren McClendon came in the game to help, and he immediately has to give up a sack too. He's trying to touch Haason Reddick in the back of his dome, reach out to touch somebody. It don't matter. Right in his face. Can't do anything about it, and that was on a deep set. Look at the anguish and shit. He was damn near hurt before it even happened. Look at that. Cherries, lemons, bananas. Definitely the lemons, though, in his eyes. Done again. Come on, boy. Haason Reddick, South Jersey, Burlington, Camden, Cumberland County, everybody out here. Atlantic City, Ocean County, Salem County. Stand up, baby. Now, like all you know, I got to come back with certain aspects when the All-22 film comes out. One of them would be I want to take a look at the slot position. Right? The entire secondary, right, as far as the cornerbacks go, had a terrible day again. Now, this is one of the teams you will have a terrible day against. You better give the Rams some damn credit. Listen, it's the freaking Rams, man. The Rams won the Super Bowl, or, you know what I'm saying, just a couple of years ago, and they usually are in the thick of things right here. They have some talent, and they have one of the best receiving corps top to bottom, period, right? The Puka Nacua kid absolutely destroying it. Just like he was in college, that boy is an animal. Of course, you know, Cooper Kupp probably top 2 or 3 receiver in the league. It's a tough ass, especially with Matthew Stafford throwing them the ball. You got this cat right here as well, Tutu Atwell, almost like a Hollywood Brown type. This is an extreme cherry pick here, right? Eli Ricks in the game. So, right, Goodrich, between Goodrich and Eli Ricks trying some stuff out there. I don't think Eli Ricks necessarily has a slot skill set, but he does have the ability to transition with receivers there as a taller corner. His best spot will be eventually taking over for James Bradbury on the outside there. But you see right here, man, this is not a bad rep at all. Look at that. That's how you, let me go back to that. Oh, so listen, in a slot, of course, right, you're going to have a two-way go. That's just the name of the game right here, right? You defending somebody who has an infinite amount of things that they can do, right? You know what I'm saying? Really damn three-way go if you think about it right here. Shit, they can shoot it out here. All kinds of different things you have to defend against when there's no sideline as a barrier. However, I like this one right here. My man comes out, takes presence, right? He's falling off the cliff here, right? Really no hands-on man. But look, he shoots that left hand to the right shoulder pad, just like I've been screaming for everybody to do it. People over here championing people two-hand jamming and catching and shit like that. That's not how you play cornerback. You play cornerback with your feet, not with your hands. This allows him to be put in range right there. And you can see he stays right in the hip pocket of Tutu Atwell, right over the top there. If Tutu wanted to transition to the inside, right, he would have to go through Eli Ricks for that to happen because he's right in his hip pocket. So he pretty much forces a bad pass there. And if it was there, he was there. So that's a good rep right there. But overall, though, even he was a little bit of community pussy as well, right? Darius Slay was community pussy. James Bradbury, all these guys had a tough time. And I know people are going to talk about things moving forward there. And, hey, man, we'll just have to see how it goes there. But like I was telling the commenter before, you can't always rely on a pass rush, right? You have one hand washes the other and both wash the face. Right? That's some stuff that people talk about, man, when you clearly have no experience with the game. You got to be on your P's and Q's. You got to be doing your thing as a cornerback because the pass rush is not going to always get there no matter how great your defensive line is, right? These other guys on the other side are professional football players too. So I want to come back and talk about that aspect there and a couple of more. So keep it locked right here, man. This is just the after game joint right here. We'll be back more with the All-22 or maybe even before then, depending, right? You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff to get to in this game. I really love this game. You have to tell me what you thought about this particular game and some of the stuff that cropped up there. But 14 points to the Los Angeles Rams is nothing to sneeze about, right? Especially if the philosophy is bend but don't break. So giving up some yardage is cool, but if you can't score, what's it all about? You know what I mean? Let me know, all right? What's your boy Jersey Murphy as always? Now listen, it's going to be a weird week here, right? I'm unapologetically telling you right now, my mistress team, my Guma team, my entire life has been the New York Jets. Straight up. Y'all know I'm Jersey to the bone gristle, right? That is Jersey's team, right? Right? It's a New York team, but it's a New Jersey-based team. It is a team-based, pay the same taxes that I pay in Jersey. They do everything right there, right? Much love to the New York Jets. Those boys, right, have one of the best defense, if not the best defense in the entire league. I cannot wait to see this game right here. So my heart's a little torn, right? But obviously won't be pulling for the Eagles, but be pulling for the Jets to do well as well. But when they're not there, I pull for the Jets. And that's the I-95 Bowl that I said that I wanted to see before the season started. I want to see the Jets and the Eagles in the Super Bowl. The Eagles going to be there. Not so sure the Jets will be there, but it is what it is, right? If not, then my Goomba team, right? The Baltimore Ravens versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Would love to see that too, but you know what I'm saying? Eagles all the way. But long way to go to get there. Some dope-ass teams in the NFC, man. These boys ain't playing. If you haven't seen the San Francisco 49ers, you better check them out right there. Them boys are still dope. All right? Salute.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.